Hey, what's going on, guys? Today is the 8th of October 2017. Gonna be going over some trade ideas for this week. First one on the list is Starbucks. I like this chart. It's starting to look like it wants to break over the top here. We can see that this is the downtrend that it needs to break out of. So a break over $55.49 is really gonna put this chart into motion a little bit. Then it has a possibility of breaking over this pivot point here at 56.11 and getting inside of this gap as it makes an attempt to get up to the 200 SMA. Thing is that I'd like to see a little pullback off of this chart. Friday had a really nice session on it. Decent strong move, bull flag break to the upside. I'd like to see a retest a little bit. A pullback on Starbucks for me would be about $54 and 85 cents. So I would like to see a nice retest from that breakout point really on Thursday's session. So pull back a retest and off of that level, I think then we can play it on the long side. Again, if it breaks over this $55.49, the chart's already going to be in motion. NUAN is the next one on the list. On this chart, you can see that there's a nice little bullish engulf in here that closed over the break of the trend to the upside. Increased volume on this one also gives us the idea that, hey, maybe we may be entering into an area on this chart that we could look for a definite reversal. There's a lot of work for the chart to do to get into, into the $16-17 range. But from where it is right now, I think we can get a play on it. So a small pullback on this one. Retest this breakout zone here. So pullback to $15.90 puts NUAN into play coming into this week. Lite, Lite. Strong action on Friday. Big buyer into the close on Friday gives me the interest on this one. We have a flag breakout here that could set up as soon as Monday. So a play over $59.35 puts you into a breakout strategy on Lite. If the chart was to pull back, you'd be looking for somewhere about $57.25. A decent retrace off of the entire move puts you down to $57.25 for that play on Lite. Habt is the number 4 one on the list. Chart's already breaking over the trend to the upside with decent volume. We had a lot of volume coming into the 3 o'clock hour on Habt. I think we can break a little bit higher. Now, this is a chart that I've been looking at for this breakout reason, and so I will be playing this into coming into this week. If we can get a pullback to retest this 13.25 zone, retest the trend that it just broke over, would be ideal to take it on the long side. But if the chart does not retest and just wants to continue going, 13.55 was that high on Friday, and that would be the continuation play there. So I would ideally like it to pull back. Sometimes some of these charts with strong momentum doesn't really pull back, so you also have to know where the breakout actually comes into play. This one, NUS, we also had a big buyer into the close. You can see that the chart's holding a nice little 813 crossover over the 50 EMA that's now starting to curl back to the upside. So in a chart like this, I mean, you really have to be looking for an aggressive trade because it's already breaking out. It's already retested. So I think that if the chart breaks over Friday's session high, and that was about $62.88, if the chart breaks over Friday's session high, it's also not just going to break over the highs from Friday, but it's also going to come and really try to test this pivot point breakout here. A pivot point breakout here in NUS gets us up into the $65 level on this chart. This one should definitely be in play. Clvs is number 6 on the list. I feel like with the buyers that came into it on Friday, and now that we're kind of breaking over this little flag here to the upside, we should be able to get a push move on it. So I think any small pullback on this one, somewhere closer down to about this $84 range, any small little retest from this pivot point breakout should be decent enough to take a long trade on Clvs coming right into Monday. ETE. Now this one has a nice little 813 cross over the 50 EMA. Not a lot of volume coming into it right now, but as far as for the immediate trend, we have the trend that's being tested to the upside. And so with this one, what you'd like to see is you'd like to see a reclaim of this trend breakout. So $17.90 gives you that little retest. You got to make sure that the chart holds up in that range though, because it could just simply pull back right into it. There isn't a lot of continuation volume here to give you the idea that, hey, it should just be taken. What it should be monitored, and if 1790 holds on ETE, gives you a long setup. Number 8 on the list is SPWR. I like the range in this chart here, and we have a nice buyer that came into Friday's session late into the day, but there was a big block on Friday's session that should keep this one in play for this week. Now the risk reward on this chart is pretty simple. I mean, like, you can use the uptrend, you can use Friday's session low as a reason to not be into the trade, but if you get it down at 7 and Friday, I mean, if you get it closer to 7, sorry, it closed at 710. It's not like it's a huge risk reward type trade. The risk on this chart isn't really that bad. So if you can get this chart somewhere closer to that $7 marker, it's not really a bad looking play on SPWR. So keep this one in play. This one I like, Momo. Big buyer that came into right about the 3 o'clock time on Friday. And we really have a nice bullish engulfing, and it's kind of being a double bottom off this bullish harami that printed 5 sessions ago. And so I really like this play for the risk reward setup that it's in right here. So we got a perfect double bottom play to really kind of play off of. I think if it pulls back on Momo, pulls back to about $31.50 here, retrace some of Friday's move, I'd be very interested in playing Momo with that double bottom setup on the daily. I'm interested in even holding this one for a little bit more. And number 10 on the list is Roku. I'm sure it's a very popular name right now. Chart starting to curl, recent IPO, decent buyers throughout the day on Friday, and also pushing up into the close. I like this one for continuation. So what I'd like to see on Roku is actually a quick pullback on this one, somewhere closer to about $22.90 or $23 in that range, and see if we can get some strength off the chart there. So I'm looking for a quick pullback on Roku for a play come as early as Monday on this one. So those are the 10 that I'm looking at for this week. And again, my Twitter handle is at Iceman Trading. If you want to follow me there, I post a lot of charts and a lot of stuff during the week, and so you can definitely get some info as a trader from my Twitter handle. And if you're interested in day trading with me, you can go ahead and check out the website. There you'll find links to pretty much everything that we do, and also sign up page if you are interested in day trading with me. There's a lot of stuff that we teach day in and day out, and it's a continuous learning process at ITA. And so, joining up with us can definitely take your trading up to another level. Have a great week, guys. Take care.